Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your host, Bill Miller. Welcome to the third installment of our Top 500 Pre-Code Horror Comics. Farrell Publications is the name of a series of American comic book publishing companies founded and operated by Robert W. Farrell in the 1940s and 1950s, including Elliott Publishing Company, Farrell Comics Group, and Excellent Publications. Farrell is particularly known for its pre-code horror comics, mostly produced by the S.M. Eiger Studio. Farrell's horror line consisted of Fantastic Fears, Haunted Thrills, Strange Fantasy, and Voodoo. All four books were produced by the Eiger Studio and featured a consistent house style. Like many horror comics, all four titles fell victim to the Senate Subcommittee on Juvenile Delinquency and were canceled by the end of 1954. Before we get to our comics, let's have a quick reminder of the criteria. The comics had to have been published prior to carrying the Comics Code Authority seal, and the title had to primarily be a horror title. Some of the eligible titles are from other genres, but they switch to a horror context for a period of time. Lastly, these are not necessarily either the most popular or the most expensive horror books. They are simply the best horror comic book covers, in my humble opinion. It was painfully difficult ranking numbers 460 to 441, but it was loads of fun. I made a series of 25 videos with 20 entries in each one, so please join me for the next 20 covers as we count down the top 500 pre-code horror comic book covers. Alright, leading off our list at number 460, we have Nightmare, issue number 10, from St. John, produced in December of 1953. The cover artist is Joe Kubert. I'm not sure what this old-timer is doing, but since the apparition behind him seems to approve, it probably isn't good. Leading out at number 459, we have Mr. Mystery, issue number 14, published by Stanley Morse, produced in November of 1953. The cover artist is Bernard Bailey. Just a fantastic and creative horde of evil creatures. At number 458, we have Adventures into the Unknown, issue number 30, from ACG, out in April of 1952. Cover art by Ken Bald. We have a red head in a red dress, but the expertly crafted ghost steals the graveyard scene. Hiding in the shadows at number 457, we have Out of the Shadows, number 5, from Pines, hitting the stands in July of 1952. Cover art duties handled by George Roussos. Sharp fangs, even sharper claws, and yellow eyes that perfectly complement the yellow in the trade dress. Well done. At number 456 is Menace, issue number 8. From Atlas/Marvel, hitting the shelves in October of 1953. Cover art chores handled by Carl Burgos. Beautiful colors on this cover, as a blonde in a red dress is grabbed not by the gecko ghoul, but rather by the lizard man. Crawling in at number 455 is Adventures into Darkness, number 11, produced by Pines in September of 1953. George Roussos with the cover art. A horrifying discovery of putrid skeletal remains in the furnace with a baddie peering in through the window. Perhaps the guilty party? At number 454 is Marvel Tales, issue number 95, from Atlas/Marvel, out in March of 1950. We're not positive, but it is believed to be Carl Burgos with the cover art. A great grotesque monster attacks an incredibly detailed group of screaming people. Spiriting in at number 453 is Black Magic, Volume 2, Issue number 11, from Prize, published in October of 1952. The cover artist is Jack Kirby. The colors are outstanding on this cover. Who said that King Kirby couldn't do horror? At number 452, we have Dark Mysteries, issue number 7, from Master Comics, hitting the stands in July of 1952. Unfortunately, the cover artist is unknown. A skeleton and a ghoul playing cards for your soul. Sadly, I've seen tamer tables in Vegas. Slashing into number 451 is Worlds of Fear, number 4, from Fawcett, out in May of 1952. Cover art by Sheldon Moldoff. Gorgeous black background, wonderfully dotted with leering eyes and a spectacular zombie within the inset. At number 450 is Beyond, issue number 3, from Ace Magazines, published in March of 1951. The cover artist is Warren Kramer. A simple image, yet the black background really sets off the trade dress and the deep purple in the robe. Scaring into number 449 is Weird Thrillers, issue number 3, from Ziff Davis, out in spring of 1952. Cover art by Alan Anderson. A wonderful Anderson painted cover featuring a lovely mermaid showing Aquaman how to properly use a trident. At number 448 is Strange Fantasy, issue number 1, produced by Farrell, hitting the shelves in August of 1952. We're not certain of the cover artist, but it may have been someone who worked for the Iger studio. Are the creatures giants, or is the lady in the red dress tiny? You decide. Screaming away at number 447 is The Unseen, issue number 15 by Pines, published in July of 1954. We're not certain, but the cover artist may be Mike Roy. Another creepy skeleton cover, yet the patron doesn't notice until he spots the barber's reflection in the mirror. At 446 is Suspense, issue number 14, from Atlas/Marvel, out in February of 1952. Cover art by Russ Heath. A skull in the foreground, a purple shawl, but the star of the show are the 2 hypodermic needles. Now, frightening us at number 445 is Web of Mystery, issue number 19, from Ace Magazines, hitting the stands in July of 1953. The cover artist is Jim McLaughlin. I like this cover. The crystal ball reveals her imminent attack by the creature that has silently snuck up behind her. Stabbing away at number 444, we have Strange Mysteries, number 14, from Superior, produced in November of 1953. Like most of Superior's cover artists, this one is unknown. An awesome Grim Reaper distracts your attention from a blonde in a red dress with murder on her mind. Spiriting in at number 443 is Astonishing, issue number 24, from Atlas/Marvel, published in April of 1953. The cover artist is Saul Brodsky. What's better than a witch? 3 freakish little ghouls with thoughts of mayhem. Spooking us at number 442 is Black Cat Mystery number 37 from Harvey, out in July of 1952. Warren Kramer with the cover art. A pretty blue background, a lovely blonde, and an expertly drawn zombies hit the mark. And last for today is number 441, Strange Fantasy, issue number 11, by Farrell, published in May of 1954. We're uncertain as to the artist, but it may have been someone in the Iger shop. A blonde in a red dress and a ghastly zombie ensconced in deep, rich purples. And that will do it for numbers 460 through 441 as we count down the top 500 pre-code horror comics. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got to see some books you either haven't seen before or haven't seen in quite some time. Please leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. Do I have some ranked too high or too low? Were there some that shouldn't have made the list at all? I'd love to hear your feedback, and don't forget to join me for the next installment as we count down numbers 440 through 421.